In the month of September, I'm going to be showing you what I'm doing right now to grow my own food. You will see my laying chickens, my pigs, my worm farms, my rabbits, my meat chickens, my compost operation, and you'll see me build and plant out my veggie garden. My goal is to demonstrate, educate, and inspire you to grow your own food. So please join me on the Grow Your Own Food Challenge. G'day, this is September 1st and day one of Grow Your Own Food Challenge. Over the next 30 days, I'm going to be showing you exactly what I'm doing right now to grow my own food. So in this video, I want to give you a little bit of an update of where I'm up to sort of right now. So this is basically the veggie garden. And other than these wicking beds just here, there's nothing planted in it. I did have the veggie gardens over there, but sometimes you don't know the best place for them. So I had them over there, then I realized that's sort of in the middle of the kids' play area. So those plants are actually going to be transplanted. They're only little and they're going to go here. So I'll give you a little bit of a background of how we sort of got to where we are now with this. So basically I go and get the world's largest sheets of cardboard. I go get them from retailers that sell like fridges and white goods and whatever. Rather than using newspaper, I try and get big large sheets of cardboard. That way you can put out one sheet and it almost covers a small backyard. So after I lay down the cardboard, I then get wood chip and I cover the cardboard. This is now the base of my garden. I did have a few compost piles that were a little bit close to the garden because I'm going to extend out that way. So I just got the tractor and moved them off a bit. So you'll see over the next few weeks, this garden will get bigger. I'm going to make it 10 meters by 20 meters. So behind me, we've got some wicking beds. There's water in the pipe here. The water's up to about there you go, that hole. So that means the water in the bathtub's up to about that level, and the way it works is everything's wet underneath and the plants can go put their roots down and touch the water. So anyway, over the next month, we'll see how these wicking beds go. At this point, I want to talk about something which I call work with what you've got and max it out if you need to. So basically, this is a way for you to overcome excuses in your head. It's easy to look what I've got and you go, oh, well, your climate's so much better than ours, or you've got flat land, or you've got more land. It's always that comparison. Well, you've got something that I don't have. You've got a tractor and I've only got a wheelbarrow. I really want to talk to your mindset here. If you want to grow your own food, your mindset's got to be like, I'm going to do this. If you're always looking at, oh, well, the next door neighbour's got this, or I don't have that, it's not going to work. So I say work with what you've got and max it out if you need to. So what that means is if you've got a small backyard, work with that and max it out, meaning plan out all that you possibly can until you're bursting at the seams, and then you go, right, I've run out of land. And then by that stage, when you've got climbing beans that are almost like climbing over the fence, your neighbour could go, hey, can you do that in my backyard? So the opportunity opens up for you. Don't wait until you've got 50 acres, or don't wait until you've got a spare 40 hours a week. Work with what you've got. So for some, it could be land. I don't have the land, so work with what you've got. If you've got a balcony, put a few pots there and start growing some herbs. Start the process. Work with what you've got and max out that balcony until those climbing beans are going up to the balcony above you, and the neighbour up above you is like starting to pick your snow peas. Like, just max it out. Work with what you've got. If you've got a wheelbarrow, work with the wheelbarrow. You've got a small backyard, work with the small backyard. You've got a balcony, work with the balcony. Work with what you've got. There'd be some people that have heaps of money and they go, I'm just going to call up some company that does wicking beds and just spend $20,000 putting wicking beds. If that's what you've got, do that. But if you don't have that $20,000, work with what you've got. Just dig in the soil that you've got. So just everything you see here, I've probably got different resources to what you've got, and sometimes you've got different resources. It could be easy for me to look at someone and go, oh, well, they've got 100 acres and they can have 30 cows and they've got a huge tractor and they've got whatever. I really want to hammer home, work with what you got and max it out. So yesterday I moved a chicken fence into an area which I had the pigs. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you that footage now. So right now I'm actually going to be setting up a fence somewhere where I'm going to be planting some corn. I've had the pigs over this area last month, and I'm now ready to plant some corn. So I want to show you, well, I'm not ready to plant it right away, but I'm getting it ready. So I want to show you. So this area here, see where the mulch is? This is roughly where I had the pigs. So they've chewed down most of the grass. They've been off it for a few days and there's little shoots of grass coming up, and that's all right. I'll put heaps of mulch down. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set up a chicken fence and let the chickens do the work and take out all those little bits of grass. So I'm going to set up the chicken fence now, and then later on tonight I'll move a chicken caravan 30 in there and the chickens can do the work. Okay, so what I got here, this is a 25-meter long chicken fence. This is a good chicken fence. There's crap stuff out there on the market, I'll tell you that now. So I'm giving our company, Chicken Caravan, a bit of a plug, but trust me, go read some forums about the rubbish stuff on the market. I know it's rubbish because I used to import it and then I found it was crap. This stuff is Premier One. You can check out their website in USA, Premier One Supplies or Sheep Supplies. This is poultry netting. So what you see here, this is 1.2 meters tall. Don't be fooled. Others, they say it's 1.2 meters long, and they're measuring the post from the top of the post to the bottom of the spike, rather than when the spike's in the ground, this sticks up 1.2 meters out of the ground. You can electrify it, so it's got 11 horizontal strands. The top 10 you can electrify, so you can keep the foxes out and keep your chickens in. So this will be my opening where I bring the Chicken Caravan 30 through. There we go. And I can put them on this area, I'll let them chew it down, and then I can move them over there in a couple of days. So there you go, a couple of minutes. I've set up an electric chicken fence. So what we have here is a trolley. Think of like a removalist trolley, but it's for energizers. So typically most energizer companies make an energizer that plugs into the wall socket, into power of your house or your shed, and then from there it runs your electricity, the shock, out to your fence to keep like livestock in. That's one kind of energizer, so what they normally call a mains energizer, like a wall plug. Your other sort of energizer is solar. They don't normally make it for people to be able to move it around. It's like you put a post in the ground, you put your energizer on top, and that's it. Because all of our system's mobile, I don't want the animals in one spot, I want to keep them moving, we developed this energizer trolley. So we've got a big battery down the bottom. Our energizer is actually here. That's the actual energizer bit itself that grabs the power from the battery, and then when I turn it on, it pumps the power out to the fence to make it live, make it hot, so when a fox touches it, bang, it gets an experience to remember. Remembers not to come near my chickens. And then the solar panel that charges it all, so it's off the grid. I don't need to worry about it. 2 a.m. the power goes out and goes, man, is something going to get my chickens? It's all off the grid. But so I don't have to carry a battery and an energizer and sort of a solar panel, we've just put it all on an energizer trolley. And if you know anything about electric fences, you need an earth stake. So you can use the little stake from your fence, but it only goes in like that far, so it's not going to be that efficient. So what we've created, this is a slide hammer earth stake. So this is my earth stake, and it's got a built-in hammer. so I don't have to go look for the post rammer or find the hammer. It's all built in. So I'll show you how it works right now. It's a bit noisy, so just turn the volume down in your headphones if that's going to annoy you. Put it in the ground and they go bang bang. There you go, that's about 1/2 metre in the ground. I put my green wire to that for the earth, and I put my red wire to the fence, and then I can turn that on and it's live. I don't need to turn on now because the chickens aren't in there. Okay, so you've seen the fence set up, you've seen the energizer put on there, and then last night, it was a bit hard to film because it was dark, I moved these little chickens in the Chicken Caravan 30 into this area. So this is the fence that I set up. That's the energizer that I set up, and they're all in this area now. And like I showed you, these little bits of grass, so I can show you here. So these little bits of grass that are coming up, I don't worry about that because I've got the chickens in there. They're going to munch that down, so I'll try and zoom in here. There's a bit of grass that's coming through, probably some existing grass. They're going to chew that down, and I'll have them here for a few days, and they're going to scratch through and take out these little shoots. See those little green shoots? These chickens are going to clean this up for me. So this is where I get my animals to do the work. I'm trying to get a shot of these chickens scratching here. There you go, they're doing the work. So the pigs have been in this area. They'll probably be here for a couple of weeks. And while they were here, I put down quite a few bales of hay, and they sort of spread it through and dug it through, put down a lot of their manure. In some of it, I actually put a few bags of sort of horse manure, which they sort of mix through. I've taken them off it probably for a week. I've put some straw down, and now I've got the chickens. I'll have them here for a few days, and then I'm going to plant out some corn seeds. So then I'm going to use this corn. It's not going to be ready in 30 days, but I'm going to use this corn to feed back to the chickens and feed back to the pigs. So they're doing the work. So that's a little bit of what we're up to. I hope you've enjoyed video number 1. Your homework is to work out why you want to grow your own food. And if you're part of the Facebook group, make sure you post it in the Facebook group. Why do you want to grow your own food? See you tomorrow.